It's Good Day New Mexico with Casey Messer.
Well, my next guest is helping people to move on from divorce. She is the author of The Divorce Tango. Cheryl Duffy, she joins me now. Cheryl, good morning. I love the chipper yellow you've got on here
thank
today.
You.
Yeah. So we were talking about this first, too. It is called the If You Are Visited by the Cat of Sadness. And I'm going, what does that mean? But, yeah, there's this little graph. So kind of explain this a little bit, too, for us. Yeah.
Okay, so in the United States, March is the #1 month for divorce, closely followed by August.
Okay.
So when the University of Washington, they did a study and plotted all of the months and found there were those two distinct peaks.
Okay.
And they named that image the Cat of Sadness.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so you yourself have gone through a divorce.
I have.
And I mean, what did you do? Like, you were kind of doing all the wrong things, but now you've turned something into such a positive, I would say, right?
Well, that's right. So for 8 years, it took me 8 years to get over my divorce because I did, in hindsight, make these big mistakes that I'm going to explain to you. So I plummeted into depression. I was just so negative, resentful, and really in a very negative place. Yeah. So it's somewhere that's very hard to get out of. So it's very important to be able to go through and not do the things that wasted 8 years of my life.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one you were doing was self-sabotage.
I was self-sabotaging, so yes, chocolate.
A lot of people can relate.
Became my best friend for 6 years, and it took me 2 years to get rid of it, like get it off.
What were some of the things that maybe helped you kind of break that bad habit, introducing a better habit, a good habit?
After I realized my old life was gone, that's when you go through your transformation, and that's when you go through and have a health regime and wanting to be your best self.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Okay, the next mistake.
The next mistake is resentment. So resentment is the poison pill you take, hoping the other person's going to die, when in fact it's you that dies.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Bit by bit, day by day.
Okay, and then attitude is everything, and
yes, definitely.
That whole glass half empty attitude,
terrible that's the third mistake. Being very negative, seeing the world as your glass is half empty is a major problem. And when I only had the children 50% of the time after my divorce, I was just always so sad in the times I didn't have them, instead of being grateful and happy for the times that I did. So that sort of was spiraling me into depression, missing the children, pining for them. Okay. So that was hard.
And then the next mistake was, being scared of getting hurt again. Like, well, this could happen again.
Well, I think because you've been through such pain, you really don't want to experience it again, so you just don't put yourself out there. So, believe it or not, I didn't date for 7 years, so I just hid myself away, eating chocolate. And so basically, I just wasn't ready to meet somebody and let anyone into my heart in case I got wounded again. So,
And then the fifth mistake is staying in the same house, job, or life. I would sure, you know, it's probably a constant reminder if you're in that same house that you want shared a life together.
Absolutely. All your memories are there, and it's like being shackled to your old life. So I find, well, I stayed in the family home because I didn't want too much change for the children. But in hindsight, I think having a fresh start, like moving house, starting afresh, you're going through major change anyway. Or changing job. My problem was I stayed working at the same company my ex was working at. So I was still living in my old life. So it's good for you to move on and start afresh if you can.
Cheryl Duffy, way to put a positive spin on something that happened. So listen, for more information, her book, it's available, The Divorce Tango. You can go online to her website, thedivorcetango.com, for more.